If life no longer feels joyful and happy, say goodbye to these 7 specific habits. Life can sometimes lose its shine and feel less joyful than before. Often, it's not the world around us, but certain habits we've picked up along the way that are to blame. These habits can sneak into our lives, stealing away our happiness without us even realizing it. I'm here to help you identify these joy suckers and show you how to kick them to the curb. This is your guide to saying goodbye to those 7 specific habits that are keeping you from feeling joyful and happy. Let's get started. 1. Living in the past. We all have moments of nostalgia, and it's okay to look back fondly on the good old times. However, constantly living in the past can rob us of our current joy and happiness. Yes, it's true that certain things were likely better back then. But dwelling on the past also means we're ignoring the present. The past is gone, and no amount of wishing can bring it back. All we have is the present, and that's where our focus should be. By living in the now, we can appreciate what we have, make new memories, and move forward with our lives. So if you notice that your mind frequently wanders to yesteryears, it may be time to break this habit. Don't let your past steal your present joy. Start living in the now to reclaim your happiness. 2. Comparing yourself to others. I've been there. I used to scroll through social media, comparing my life to the highlight reels of others. It seemed like everyone was living a perfect life, full of exciting adventures, successful careers, and picture-perfect relationships. This habit of comparisons started to drain my happiness. Instead of focusing on my accomplishments and the progress I was making, I was hung up on what others were achieving. Then one day, I realized that this comparison game was a losing battle. The truth is, social media only shows a fraction of someone's life. It doesn't show the struggles, the failures, or the hard work it took to get them where they are. So I made a conscious decision to stop comparing myself to others and start focusing on my own journey. And let me tell you, it's been liberating. 3. Neglecting self-care. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the grind and forget to take care of ourselves. But did you know that self-neglect can lead to a decrease in our mental health, including feelings of joy and happiness? According to a study published in the Journal of Health Psychology, neglecting self-care practices like regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep can lead to increased stress levels and decreased mental well-being. So if your life seems less joyful than it used to, it might be time to reassess your self-care routine. Make sure you're taking the time to nourish your body with healthy food, engage in regular physical activity, and get plenty of rest. Investing in yourself isn't selfish. It's essential for maintaining your joy and happiness. 4. Focusing on the negative. It's easy to focus on the negatives in life. The missed opportunities, the failures, the things that didn't go as planned. However, this habit can quickly drain your happiness and make life seem less joyful. The good news is that it's possible to reshape this habit. It takes practice, but you can train your brain to seek out the positives instead of dwelling on the negatives. Start with small steps. Find one thing each day that you are grateful for. It could be as simple as a sunny sky, a good book, or a smile from a stranger. By actively looking for the good in your life, you can shift your focus away from negativity and reclaim your joy and happiness. We often find what we're looking for, so why not look for the positives? 5. Trying to please everyone. I spent a lot of my early years trying to make everyone around me happy. I would bend over backwards to meet others' expectations, often at the expense of my own needs and desires. This constant pursuit of approval left me feeling drained and joyless. It was exhausting trying to fit into a mold that wasn't truly me. It took some time, but I've learned that it's impossible to please everyone. And more importantly, that it's okay to prioritize my own happiness. The truth is, you are not responsible for other people's happiness. You are only responsible for your own. If you find yourself constantly trying to meet others' expectations, it might be time to say goodbye to this habit. Focus on what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, your happiness is what truly matters. 6. Overloading your schedule. We live in a society that glorifies busyness. We fill our days with meetings, chores, and endless to-do lists, often leaving little room for relaxation or enjoyment. This constant state of busyness can make life feel like a never-ending race, leaving us feeling exhausted and joyless. However, it's important to remember that being busy doesn't equate to being productive or fulfilled. In fact, studies suggest that taking regular breaks can enhance productivity and creativity. So if your calendar is always full and you're feeling joyless, it might be time to reassess your schedule. Try to carve out some time each day for activities that bring you joy. It's okay to say no to things that don't align with your priorities or happiness. Your time is precious. Use it wisely. 7. Ignoring your passions. One of the fastest routes to a joyless life is ignoring what truly makes your heart sing. Our passions ignite a fire within us, give us purpose, and add a significant amount of joy to our lives. Whether it's painting, hiking, cooking, writing, or anything else that you love doing, these activities should not be ignored. They are not just hobbies. They are outlets for self-expression and happiness. So if life no longer feels joyful and happy, take a moment to ask yourself, when was the last time I did something I truly love? Do not sideline your passions for the sake of routine or societal expectations. Embrace them, make time for them. It's these passions that bring color to our lives and restore our joy. Final reflections. It's in your hands. Life's joy and happiness are profoundly influenced by our daily habits and routines. As Aristotle once said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The power to change our lives for the better lies within us. If you've found that joy has slipped away from your life, it might be time to look inwards at your habits. Are they serving you, or are they holding you back? Are they bringing you joy, or are they draining it away? Remember, it's often the smallest changes that can make the biggest impact. So start small. Let go of one joy-stealing habit at a time and replace it with one that brings you happiness. After all, life is too short to be anything but joyful. You have the power to shape your reality. Choose joy. Choose happiness. Choose a life that feels good from the inside out.